Hello, I'm Mohsen Jamal and you watch Afghan News. The top NATO commander in Afghanistan says the international coalition has unleashed a new offensive against one of the country's most lethal militant networks and will ramp up operations next year along the Pakistan border to better secure the Afghan capital before the United States drawdown gathers steam. In an interview Wednesday with the Associated Press, Marine General John Allen said the high-intensity operation is focused on the Haqqani group, a militant network affiliated with the Taliban and Al-Qaeda. Allen also says the transfer of security to Afghan forces is going to move faster than initially planned. As he says, roughly one-third of the 10,000 U.S. troops President Barack Obama ordered withdrawn from Afghanistan this year will come from combat units. A day earlier, Afghan Defense Minister Abdulrahim Wardak also said that Afghan security forces and their NATO allies have launched a new push against the Al-Qaeda-linked Haqqani network along the troubled Pakistani border. A day earlier, a top U.S. commander said that President Barack Obama's plan to withdraw some U.S. troops from Afghanistan this year will take soldiers out of the country's restive as we are battles between foreign troops and militants suspected in high-profile attacks increasingly make it the war's focus. U.S. Army Major General Daniel Aline, who commands about 33,000 U.S. and NATO soldiers in East Afghanistan, said that they are expecting to contribute a modest amount to the remaining drawdown that has to occur between now and December. After more than a decade of war in Afghanistan, the White House is moving ahead with plans to withdraw the more than 30,000 extra troops Obama deployed after his 2009 overhaul of U.S. policy. The Pentagon says about 3,000 troops that comprised a part of that troop surge already have been pulled from Afghanistan so far. A total of 10,000 will leave by the end of December and another 23,000 by the close of next summer. There are just fewer than 100,000 U.S. troops in Afghanistan now. The first 200 French soldiers were due to leave Afghanistan on Wednesday, kickstarting troop withdrawals announced 3 months ago by Paris as part of NATO plans to wind down its combat mission by 2014. A further 200 French soldiers are due to return home before Christmas, with another 600 leaving in 2012, ahead of a full drawdown of NATO's combat mission scheduled in 2014. France has some 4,000 troops deployed in Afghanistan, mostly in the district of Surubi and in the neighboring province of Kapisa, part of the NATO force of 130,000 foreign troops. The departures are in line with a transition process that began in 7 areas in July, meant to hand responsibility for security across the country to Afghan forces by the end of 2014. The United States, Britain and Belgium have also announced partial withdrawals, with some U.S. troops already heading home this summer. A further 11 troops responsible for training the Afghan army will also leave on Wednesday. 5 Afghan soldiers and 3 civilians were killed Wednesday in 2 attacks in West Afghanistan, officials said. The 5 soldiers died after a roadside bomb hit their vehicle in Pashtun Zarghun district, said Muhayyuddin Noori, a spokesman for the governor of Herat province. In an incident in neighboring Badghis province, a suicide bombing killed 3 members of the same family. Dilbar Jan Armand, the governor of Badghis province, said that a suicide bomber on foot blew himself up next to a convoy of the Afghan army near a health clinic in Balamurghab district of Badghis, killing 3 civilians and injuring 2 Afghan National Army soldiers. Arman added that all 3 were from the same family, which included a father who was the driver of the vehicle, along with his 2 sons. Pakistan's army chief told Parliament's Defense Committee the United States should focus on stabilizing Afghanistan and instead of pushing Pakistan to attack militant group in a crucial border region, a committee member said on Wednesday. Army Chief General Ashfaq Kayani also said Pakistan alone will decide if and when to launch a full-scale offensive in North Waziristan region to attack Islamist militants. He also said the United States would have to think 10 times before taking any unilateral action there, adding that Pakistan is not like Iraq or Afghanistan. The parliamentarian who spoke on condition of anonymity quoted Kayani as saying such views could deepen tensions between the United States and its uneasy but important ally Pakistan. The United States, the source of billions of dollars in aid, has urged Pakistan over the years to go after militant groups in North Waziristan who cross the border to attack Western and Afghan forces in Afghanistan. At least 26 soldiers have been killed in simultaneous attacks on police and military installations in southeastern Turkey, according to local reports. A security source said the attacks were carried out by Kurdistan Workers' Party in several locations in Kokorka and Yuksevikova in Hakkari province near the Iraqi border during the night from Tuesday to Wednesday. The chief of Turkish military as well as the interior and defense ministers rushed to the area, while Abdullah Gül, the Turkish president, told reporters on Wednesday that no one should forget that those who make Turkish people suffer this pain will be made to suffer even stronger. Recep Tayyip Erdogan, the Turkish prime minister, has also cancelled his scheduled visit to Kazakhstan. The PKK, listed as a terrorist organization by Turkey and much of the international community, took up arms of an autonomous state in 1984, sparking a conflict that has claimed about 45,000 lives. The United States Secretary of State has pledged increased support to Libya and praised Libyans for demonstrating bravery and determination in removing Muammar Gaddafi's government. Speaking in Tripoli on Tuesday, Hillary Clinton said the United States was working with Libya to return frozen assets and that Washington will stay focused on security. Clinton, who said she was proud to stand on the soil of a free Libya, added that the United States would work with Libya to destroy chemical weapons stocks. Clinton arrived in Tripoli on an unannounced visit and is the first most senior U.S. official to come to the North African nation since Gaddafi's 42-year rule ended in August. Clinton's comments came as fighters belonging to the ruling National Transitional Council claimed they had captured nearly all of Bani Walid, one of the two last remaining strongholds of Gaddafi. Activists in Syria have said that at least 12 people were killed on Tuesday by security forces as neighboring Turkey held its first formal talks with Syrian opposition leaders. 5 civilians were shot dead on Tuesday and dozens of others wounded when security forces opened fire in the Daraa town of Herak, according to the local coordination committees and activist network. The Britain-based Syrian Observatory for Human Rights reported that a sniper killed an intelligence officer in Idlib province bordering Turkey as armed resistance to the security forces spread. Meanwhile, on Tuesday, Turkish Foreign Minister Ahmet Davutoglu said he had met Syrian National Council members in Ankara and advised the group to work toward democratic change in Syria in a peaceful manner. At least 7 people have been killed and dozens wounded after armed men loyal to President Ali Abdullah Saleh opened fire on demonstrators in the Yemeni capital, witnesses say. Residents of Sana'a on Tuesday said that several injured people were kidnapped after protesters calling on Saleh to step down were trapped by security forces inside the Al-Qa neighborhood. According to the witnesses, armed men loyal to the embattled president had erected tents in the street to block an anti-government march. The protesters came under attack as they marched from Change Square to Al-Qa district, where government buildings are located. The latest violence came as the United Nations condemned the killing of peaceful protesters in the country. And that at least 4 people have been killed in a car bomb blast near the Somali Foreign Ministry building in the capital Mogadishu. The attack, which wounded 15 others, occurred on Tuesday while Kenya's Defense Minister Yusuf Haji and Foreign Minister Moses Wetangula were meeting Somali officials in the offices of the Foreign Ministry. Muhammad Adan, a Somali government official, on Tuesday said that there was heavy explosion near the Foreign Affairs Ministry building, and initial reports are indicating a car laden with explosives detonated. The explosion did not damage the ministry building but did tear down a stone wall in front of it. And that is all for now. Thanks for joining us.